Hi, this is Hannah Cruz at the Church Musician's Assistant. Today is day 5, or step 5, in our process of writing a choral descant with keyboard accompaniment. So today we will be filling in the accompaniment. We'll be adding our bass line and our tenor line. So let's get started. First, I want to show you guys what I did with the harmony of my arrangement. So originally we had written in the chords from the original parts in the hymnal, and I discussed how you can extend those by thirds using tertian harmonies. And if the choir were to sing the original parts, it wouldn't really affect them too much. So you can add some tonal color without disturbing what the choir sings for the most part. And I wanted to show you that I did that in a couple spots, just because I wanted to spice things up. So where I have circled chords, I dropped the bass a third. So you see at the beginning we have E flat, B flat, and A flat. That was originally a C minor chord, and I dropped the bass to an A flat. And then there are a couple other spots where I've done a similar thing. Now, when you begin to work on the bass line of your accompaniment here, I recommend starting with the roots of the chords. So what I've done is just write those in for you real quick. And you see, you get a nice bass line just from the roots of the chords. However, going back to what I said on a previous day, you want to avoid parallels as much as possible with the upper parts. And you can see where I've drawn in these lines between notes, such as here and here, here, where else? Here. Okay, so 4 spots. We have parallels with the melody, and we need to fix that. Here you can see that I have redone the bass line. Firstly, I have used inversions and such of the chords to remove parallels, first of all, and also just to make a more linear, more singable, melodic line. So at the beginning, we're just stepping down, da, 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 and then you have this nice scale up, da, 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 another sort of a passing tone scale going down, da, 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 da. Here I kept the roots for the most part. Da, 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 da. And here I have a nice passing tone to get us to the next chord where I use the third of the chord in the bass. Da, 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 da. And I picked a range that was too low for me to sing in, so I can't sing that low note. But you get the idea. The bass line is now much more melodic, and there are no parallels. We're going to fill in the left hand tenor part now. If you plan to only use this accompaniment for just that, accompanying on a keyboard, then you don't need to worry so much about the tenor part being singable, melodic, and so forth. So you can kind of just fill in the chords, whatever chord tones are left, throw those in there, and think chordally and texturally rather than linearly. However, if you do plan for the choir to sing in 4 parts, then you'll have to pay some attention to how singable the tenor line is. A couple tips about that. Firstly, try to avoid large leaps between intervals. That can easily happen when you get to this point because you're trying to fill in harmonies and you end up jumping up and down. So if that happens, maybe you need to go back and tweak the bass. Tweak the bass before anything else, and if that still doesn't work, go back and tweak the descant. Kind of work it out between the three parts. Strive to keep no more than an octave's distance between the tenor and the melody. You can go bigger than that, but it sounds more unified, in my opinion, if there's no more than an octave gap between tenor and melody at all times. See here what I've done with my tenor part. I have to say, I thought about the tenor more texturally and harmonically rather than linearly, because I wasn't necessarily planning for a choir to sing this. I was planning for me to play it on organ, actually. But actually, the tenor line is fairly singable and melodic all the way through, except for maybe this spot. That D to the A flat would perhaps be tricky to sing for some people. And then the leap from the G to the E flat potentially could be problematic. But look, the tenors would have a lot of fun singing that right there. Nice soloistic moment for them. It's time for you to complete your bass line as well as your tenor line or tenor texture if you just plan to play it on the keyboard. So get with it and let's finish this project. Before you go, I want to invite you to join our Facebook group called the Hymn Arrangers Club. It's a great group of both sacred music composers who enjoy sharing their hymn arrangements for free on there, as well as church musicians who are looking for hymn accompaniment and hymn-based solos for their choir or for themselves to play and accompany. So I'm going to put the link to that below, and you are welcome to join. And as long as you answer the questions and agree to the group rules, I will let you in. Make sure to comment below and tell us what you're enjoying about the process today and maybe what's tricky for you. And if you have a question, definitely ask, and I will try to answer to the best of my ability. So I hope that you'll enjoy this step today, and that I'll see you tomorrow for our final step 6 so we can wrap this up. See you tomorrow. Bye.